Greetings and salutations. My name is Blue, and welcome to Oxygen Not Included, a simulation game where you survive inside the center of the remains of a planet that is blown to pieces. Or at least that's what I assume the story is, because I'm starting in the middle of this chunk of rock floating in space, and my people retreated into technology where they saved their DNA and things of that nature inside of a machine, and now it's producing duplicants for me to use to survive the hazards of this locale. So, I must use my wits and the materials around me to survive. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and queue up some digging. For anybody who hasn't played this before, basically this is randomly generated, and you have to deal with things like oxygen and germs and pressure and water and electricity, and it's very, 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 very difficult. Contrary to the graphics being absolutely adorable. It's by the makers of Don't Starve, so if you've ever heard of that game, you'll understand how difficult this game can be. It's a trial and error game, basically, because this is my fourth go, and my first go was horrible. My second go was a little bit better. My third go, I figured out how to set up my base. I played for quite a while, and now I'm going fourth go, where I'm going to future-proof my base. Basically, as you get further in the game, you get new technology and things of that nature, where you need to fit into this tiny, tiny, tiny area. And putting it into a base that you've already built, and realizing you need to add things after the fact, really throws things off. So, I've come up with a base design that helps me keep things where I need them. Let's see, I need this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it'll allow me to expand my base later without having to worry. Actually, I'm just going to cancel that. The plan with this randomly generated area, I've looked at it for like a few minutes and just decided what I was going to do. I'm going to drain all of this water out of my way down into this one reservoir. So all my water's in one location. There are some dangers with that, because if any germs get into my water, then all of my water is now diseased or got germs and will give me food poisoning if I drink it. But the upside is I have all of these already dug out spaces to work with, and I will have a lot of water in one location for a long time, and I don't have to worry about running out. So I'm going to queue up a bunch of stuff for my guys to do, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I've queued up a basic design of the immediate area. As you can see, I have a standard base procedure that I do. I have a 4-tall room, then a 2-sized hallway, then a 4-tall room, and then so on and so forth, continuing over and over and over again. That way, they can always access either side of the base through these hallways. Also, you can run pipes and wires through these ceilings and floors without having to worry about them not being able to reach it. Because if I, for example, made this one higher, and this room was 5 tall, I would not be able to put wires in the ceiling because I wouldn't be able to reach that location. So having a walkway on the roof of every room is very, very handy. So as you can see, they're kind of randomly doing jobs as they come to them. I'm going to give them a outhouse because it's the only thing you absolutely need right in the beginning, because if they start to go to the bathroom wherever they want, they'll contaminate the entire base. So we'll go ahead and make that a high priority target. And the minute they have the chance, yep, somebody's already going. Everybody has to do 2 things when you build something. You have to deliver materials, and then someone has to come and build it. Based on what skills they're good at, somebody might do one and somebody else might do the other, or somebody will do both. I can actually control their priorities. There's a lot of detailed information that this game throws at you right in the beginning if you don't know what you're doing. For example, if I pause this and I click on, say, this tile right here. Not the tile, I want the sand. There we go. It's a filtration medium, it's 70 degrees, it's 1039.4 kilograms, it's got 0 surface gen, tells you what the sand is used for, it tells you what their melting point is, the hardness, the specific heat capacity, the thermal conductivity properties, oh my goodness, all this information. But all of this information is actually useful in this game because all of this is actually used by the game. If you have an area that's too hot, things will start to melt. Mass is important, temperature is important, all of this. Melting point, 3,000 degrees. There is lava at the very bottom of the area, so I'm assuming that it gets pretty hot. There's no way to control any of your duplicants besides queuing up tasks and hoping that the priority lists work for you, other than moving them to a specific location. But if you move someone to a specific location, for example, if I do this, she's just going to move there and then go right back to work. As you could see, she just went boop and went right back to work. It's only good if you want to move someone out of a dangerous situation. And that's why they give you that tool. So it's actually a good thing that they give you that tool. Okay, now that the outhouse is done, you can assign them specifically to one person, but if you just say public, that's fine too. You could have a lot of duplicants. Like I saw someone playing with 100 duplicants and it was just ridiculous. But the most I've ever had was like, I think 15, something like that. I like to keep my base smaller because you have the choice of not to grab new duplicates when they are offered to you. And that way you can just work with what you have and slowly progress. Because if you try to go too fast, people will start to suffocate or run out of food because you've basically not given them enough to have new people. Let's see. This water is going to be in my way. So first thing I need to do is drain all of the water, which is they're working on it. So we're going to go ahead and raise the priority of this task right here. Diggy dig. So that this way they'll focus on that job specifically. As you can see, they're stopping to get air because there is no oxygen down this hole. Oxygen rises, carbon dioxide sinks, as per real life. And that means if you make yourself a basement or a room that can just catch all your CO2, you don't need CO2 scrubbers as badly. You can just hope all your CO2 will just gather somewhere. If anybody goes in that room, they'll just hold their breath, but it's a good way to keep your base from being unbreathable. As you can see, I'm getting oxygen right now from this oxalite. It's a consumable ore, and basically, over time, it'll just use itself. So as you can see, it says 146.2, 0.1, 0.0. Once that hits 0, it'll disappear. So before that happens, I have to get oxygen creation machines. But there's a whole bunch of oxalite in this particular starting area, this generation that I've received. And if I need some, there's some in here. This isn't being used at all because there's no oxygen loss going on in this particular area, even though there's a critter in here. A little cute shine bug. He's 8 years old, or 8 days old. Everything only lives to be 25 days in this. It's kind of ridiculous. Look at all the shine bugs. That's actually kind of cool. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shine bugs right in my starting area. We got some weird critters over here. I've never actually encountered them before. I've seen them in the distance, but I've never actually got my guys to them. But I'm thinking they're like sheep from the cotton that's on their back. You guys not done yet? I could speed this up a little bit. Go ahead. Go faster. Why did you guys swap sides like that? That was weird. Maybe I should do this. So the way they have this set up, it gives me spots in the middle stairwell here to put oxygen creation machines, pictures for decor, and things of that nature, so I can keep this area a happy, nice little place. And then you guys are going to want to get out of there once that's done because you're going to get drowned, or wet, I should say. All right, there you go. Evacuate. We'll just let all that drain out. Water in this game can be a little wonky, so some of it might get left behind. Ooh, I'm glad you didn't fall asleep in the water. Are you still in the water? Move up here. What's that noise? Something drowned? It sounded like something drowned. Huh. Maybe something down here was drowning. I don't see it anywhere, but that was a weird noise. I've never heard it before. Okay, so the first room I need to make is a power supply room. I'm going to go ahead and dig a hallway right here, so that I can drain this water out as well. Whoever does that job is going to get absolutely soaked. But it has to be done. So the only way you can control these guys is to give them tasks to do and then prioritize them based on these bars, these numbers, and the priority screen. So as you can see, I have a scientist who has 9 learning, which is the highest skill I've ever seen as a starting person, which is amazing. I had to grab her because right in the beginning of the game, you get to cycle through a bunch of people and choose which ones you want, and I chose this one. She's got worth athletics, but that's fine. She's going to be on research mostly. Bert the Digger, he's going to be my main digger, and Ari the Quick, he's going to be my supply guy, my storage guy, and my tidy guy. So all of these things are jobs that they can do. Storage and supply are basically the same thing. It's basically moving these items on the ground into storage boxes or delivering them to machinery that needs it. Digging, of course, is digging. Building is building. Ranching is when you're taking care of animals. Farming is taking care of crops. Operating is any type of machine that needs to be manually operated, like the hamster wheel power generator. Researching is, of course, researching. Art is creating decor items to make everybody happy. Cooking, of course, cooking. Tidying is basically also cleaning up these floors and how much you can actually carry. It also takes care of disinfecting things, repairing things. Care is all medical stuff. I've never actually ever had to take care of someone. So it's not a skill that I look for right off the bat, at least not for the beginning of the game. I'm sure it's going to be something important down the line. Toggling is like opening and closing doors or turning machines on and off. You can't do it as like the overlord here. You can't just turn a machine off. You have to have one of the guys go do it. Oh, you're gonna have to take that out, otherwise it's not gonna flow. The spice must flow. No, higher priority. Come on. Yeah, hold your breath and dig that out. I'm gonna have to actually like get rid of this whole thing, but she's just like standing in the water. All right, this guy's up here doing this. Everybody's doing something. That's good. I can make it go faster. I can pause it. Pausing is handy when you want to set things up beforehand. So I need to make my power control room. So I need to dig this out. We'll make this an 8, so they do the job they're doing first. Clear that out. Dig that out. Dig all that. Cancel that. I'd like to do this as a 7. So once you're done that, you can clear that stuff out, all that, and get out of there. This hallway can be cleared up. So I'm going to repeat what I'm doing on this side, also on this side. I haven't decided how thick of a middle room I want. I think I want 2 size rooms of this size. So for example, if I put a tile here. Nope. Cancel. I put a tile here. Oh, now I have to redo that dig. 8. Boom. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 wide room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So right here needs to be... Oh, I lost that. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. That's just going to hold my place. I get rid of that. Get rid of that. Alright, cool. So I have 2 size 9 rooms right on the other side, and I can just use those rooms for energy production, research, you name it. So the first room I'm doing is power, and then I'm going to make a bedroom for them. So go ahead and get to work, guys. Finish up. Oh no, she's trapped herself in here. I forgot that sand falls. Sand falling is not the best thing, because it can block people in positions and they'll drown and things like that. Gotta get rid of that block. Priority 9. What? You're not even standing in oxygen. Sometimes they're a little silly. Oh, there's another fallen block here. Okay, I need to increase the priority of this floor, I think. So things can get out of hand quite quickly, as you can see. There's no oxygen in there. There's water filling area. Sopping wet, sore back. Oh my goodness, they're just having a bad day. They're stressed out. If they get to 100% stress, they'll use their stress. What's it called? They all have their own type of way of dealing with stress. One of them will cry. One of them will destroy things. One of them will eat a lot. Hypothermia. Oh, that's not cool. This is the first time I've actually worked in water before, so that's probably why that's a thing. So let's go ahead and give us a care bed, just temporarily, so I can take care of this hypothermia issue. Or thing. I'm sorry that I did that to you, Maria. Or Marie. Okay, they're building that med bed for you. We'll have to find out if somebody can actually care for you. Somebody here is not into caring. Like, they have a thing that prevents them from doing it. So, it's Marie. Okay, so she can't care for herself anyway, so that's fine. There, she's laying down. There you go. You'll feel better in no time. I don't know how long that's going to take or what it requires. 1.2 cycles. Okay, well, we've lost her for 2 cycles. That's not terrible. I've seen worse things happen. Okay, so the floor is done. That's good. Maybe I'll put a door in between. That way I can actually get from one side to the other. I guess it depends on what kind of room it is. I think yeah, see, whenever those things pop up, I'm thinking that's someone making a lot of noise, so someone can't sleep around that. I've never actually had a loud sleeper, which is actually a thing that you can get, a snorer. I purposely don't choose people who have things that are, like, super negative, and that's definitely one of the negative things. You guys are just gonna trap yourself there. You might want to... See, I was just saying that. Oh, look, he's caring for her. Aw. How long until she's good? 1.1 cycles. I wonder if him helping is actually going to lower that. See, this is entirely new for me. Even though I've played like 3 times before, I've never encountered someone sick before. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it's a neat little thing. I need a ladder. Here. I can't build here until this is uprooted, so sub-priority. What do we got going on? No one's actually got any priorities, so we'll go ahead and prioritize this floor. Then we'll make the ladder the next priority. Then this piece, the next priority. Uproot all of these things as a good priority. That'll be perfect. Actually, I probably should make the uprooting the biggest priority, because having those things in the way is just kind of a pain. You actually building that wall? That's not a priority. What are you doing? So, I'm going to set up a generator field here. Kind of want 2 of these, and then you want batteries. I'll be able to get bigger batteries later, so I want to leave some space, but I'm just going to put 1 battery in for now. And connect the wires. Wires always want to be placed inside walls. That way they're not seen by duplicants. The ones that are going into the machineries, unfortunately, you can't do anything about, but that reduces the amount of decor drop. So as you can see right here, just having all this dirt and stuff on the ground is terrible for decor. So it makes them very, very distressed out if their decor level is not met. So as you can see, this guy's decor is dropping real fast. 3 arrows.